What's going on, good people? It's your boy Mostyles back with another one. Today's quarantine project. I'm doing my stairs over. As you can see, it's carpeted. I will be taking the carpet off, and I'm going to be replacing it with vinyl plank. Something new. A couple of people are doing, and instead of going with new carpet, I am doing vinyl plank. Now, I have vinyl plank on my floors throughout. At the end of the stairs is ceramic tile. Living room is vinyl plank. But I'm gonna do vinyl plank on the stairs. This should be fun. So I have to do up the stairs. And I also have a platform at the top of the steps that has to be done. So this is going to be fun. I'm actually going to do it in steps. And yeah, it'll be fun. So stay tuned, people. Now I would like to go over a couple tools that I'm using to get started with removing the carpet. I am going to have a scraper. I'm going to have a couple of pliers just in case I need to lock them and grab them onto the carpet to pull. It'll be much easier doing it with the pliers other than your hands. I mean, whichever you prefer and what works better. Also, a utility blade, to cut up the carpet. It's definitely going to be needed. I mean, if it comes off in one piece and that's easy, that's great. But I don't think that I'm going to have that luck. So, utility knife to cut in between the seams and, cut the carpet, space it out so, it's easy to remove. And also some gloves. You're going to have staples, you're going to have nails. There's also the carpet tack, which is under the padding, and protection, safety first. So, yeah, these are a couple of tools that I'm starting off with. All right. Okay, so after about an hour of fighting with the carpet on the last 4 steps and around the spindles connected to the banister, finally got it free. That wasn't easy. It wasn't as easy as taking the top off. But now I'm about to switch over to the padding, which seems to be easy. It's not glued down. a lot of staples, so just make sure you're careful. You can use a pair of needle nose pliers or a flat trowel, which is what I'm going to use, and I hope that part of the process goes well for me. Alright guys, at this time I just completed taking out all of the staples that was holding down the padding. There's a few more there I have to go through with a fine comb and take out, so it's very small. But for the most part, all of the visible staples are complete, and this is the stairs completely removed of the padding and the carpet. Next, I'll be moving on to the landing at the top to take that carpet off and start prepping that for the vinyl stairs. So it's getting there, coming along. Finally got the carpet off the landing. Been prepping the stairs. Stairs are now prepped and ready to get these risers and things painted. Yeah, so now I'm just going to be pulling all of the staples and banging the nails in up on the landing. Looks a bit rough, but after I'm done getting it prepped, it'll look much better. Alright, so I'm here taking the staples out and the strip that was holding the carpet, the old carpet down. A lot of staples, a lot of nails, so you have to pretty much go over the entire floor. Once again, you know, this is vinyl flooring going down, so you don't want anything protruding through the tile once you lay it down. So yeah, what I'm using is a headlight, so I can see any nails or staples that's sticking up. It helps out a lot. So yeah, things are coming together. All right, so I took my time with the treads and taking out all the staples and making sure everything is sanded. The surfaces are flat, any plaster or anything previously before I took the carpet off. I wanted to make sure that was actually not bulging and protruding because of the vinyl. You don't want anything to come through once laying it down. The stringers obviously has to be painted, so I'm going to scrape them lightly, sand them, and then paint and repaint everything white. That's from the carpet being on, so you have wood showing all the way up each side. So I'm going to fix that up. That's part of the prep before the vinyl comes in. So just trying to keep this video sweet and short, so just giving you piece by piece of how the process is going so far. What's going on? Just giving a little update. All the material came in. Flooring is here. I am using the Curelux Engineered Vinyl Planking. The tools that I'm using for this plank is a table saw and a miter saw. For little small trimming, you can use a blade. This floor is kind of thick, so you know you have to use a miter saw and a table saw. I mean, we're looking at 60. That's the length on one plank. All right, we're looking at 60 by 9, which is pretty long and pretty wide, and I prefer that because it's easier to cut down than to have to add 2 and 3 pieces of plank to one step. And you know, with the landing, it doesn't take much. So these tiles are big and they're longer, so you know it doesn't take as much to get the landing done, or room for that matter, if that's what you're using them for. All right, guys. So once again, miter saw, table saw, 60 by 9 planks, and I'm about to get this thing started. All right, so basically I put the first 2 rows down. They're glued and everything. Made the cuts. They were a little difficult, but after some time, managed to get them in. And like I said, they're looking pretty good. Not bad. The glue's pretty quick. Once again, that is the first 2 2 rows to the landing, going across. So I managed to get 1 full plank, and then I have to make 1 cut. So I'm going to start here in the 3rd row with a full plank, which I have landing up there. Then to make a cut at the end. Not looking bad so far. So stagger them. I'm going to make sure I stagger the vinyl tiles. 1 full plank and make a cut. And I'm going to come here in the 3rd row with another one and make a cut like so. Yeah. I'll be back with the finished product of the landing shortly. Alright, so I just finished the landing and it's complete. And it came out pretty good. One thing I have to finish here on the landing is a piece here where the threshold transition marble piece goes between the bathroom and the hallway landing. Other than that, I'll just be adding some quarter round here against the baseboard molding to cover up any imperfections with the wall, because it wasn't exactly leveled, this area. So I came as close as I could, and I'll finish it off with some quarter round. But everything else came out pretty neat. So after some cutting, pretty much have all of the stairs dry fitted. The risers are glued in. All of the risers are glued, but the treads are only dry fitted. I have to pick them up, vacuum, and glue them down before I can move on to the next step of adding the nosings to the front. So yeah, the process is coming along. Looks pretty good. Leading up to the landing. Just some finished touches I have to do. Have to prepare that area for the threshold, the marble threshold, and have to put the transition strips back at all the doorways. Some quarter round. I got 3/8 quarter round that I have to add, but I'm gonna add that after the nosing. But it's looking pretty good. All right, just prepping for the glue. I took off the threads. Now I'm about to apply the glue and get these threads down. The risers are already complete. I wanted to add, if you have any paint touch-up at the end of the job when you're completely done. I'm gonna have nosings that's going here, but again, you got to touch up your paint after everything is complete. You can wipe them down with a damp rag or Swiffer jet after the job's complete, just to get up all the dust or whatever. So yeah, all right, I'm start from the top. I'm going to work my way down and see how this comes out. All right, people, so just added the treads and the risers. They're both glued on. Just finished that up. I started at the top, worked my way down. 8 to 12 hours to dry. So keep that in mind if you have any children in the house. Do it late at night once everyone goes upstairs. That way you can they get a chance to dry overnight. So 8 to 12 hours is good. Yeah. Make sure you touch up your paint, like I said, after the job is complete. For any imperfections, guys, I went to Home Depot and picked up this gray caulk by D.I.Y. It matches the tile. That way I can fill in any cracks, any imperfections May not be noticeable to you guys, but it bothers me, so it doesn't hurt. $6, and you can clean things up with that. So keep a rag handy, definitely. You know, once you're gluing, there's a chance that it might get on your hand or on a towel. You can wipe it off. All right, we're gonna let this dry. Next step will be getting to the nosing. That should be fun. All right, so basically what I'm doing now is I am using some scraps of the vinyl to cut down and add a 1/4 inch to each step. So I have this lip, it's about a 1/4 inch that I'm adding to each step. I don't want to put the nosing on in this space, this 1/4, you know, I'd rather have it full than not full. That way the nosing is on and it's supported properly. So I'm just cutting like I did here, and then I'm snapping them in the length of each step and filling it in with glue. So I have 12 steps to do. I'm going to get these cutted, and then we can move on to the next step, which will be the nosing after 8 hours of this 1/4 piece drying. All right, so the nosings aren't quite ready, but I'm just going to show you what I've been doing. Like I said, I've been having to fill in a 1/4 inch of vinyl so that when I put the nosing on, it sits plush against the stairs. At first I was going to leave it and just put glue and then put the nosing on, but I decided to just cut 1/4 inch pieces and put them all the way across, glue them. Actually worked out. I have one more to do. The rest of them are done. I got a piece of painter tape on edges that were actually sticking up as I was gluing them down. So it's cool to have some painter's tape handy just in case you have to hold a piece of vinyl or your nosing down, which I'm most likely going to use for all of the nosings. So got a full roll just for that. And let this sit overnight for about 8 to 10 hours. And it should be ready to cut and glue the nosings down. Just starting the nose process. Getting the adhesive down. These are the nosings that I'm using. The vinyl nosings. I completed half the steps already. I used painter's tape to hold them down in place afterwards, so they'll be nice and snug during the drying process. One thing I'll let you know, what happens is when you first get your nosings, they're smooth and shiny. You need them a little gritty so that the adhesive can grab. So what I did was I used some sandpaper and I ran it across the entire surface, inner surface of the nosing, just to rough it up a little. And once you apply it, you're ready to set the nosing, you want to come forward about, I would say about 1/8 of an inch once the adhesive is applied to the bottom of the nosing, and then slide it in place so that the adhesive grabs smoothly. It works better that way. All right, so I'm going to get the rest of these steps completed and should be finished with them shortly. Okay, so I managed to finish all of the nosings tonight. So all of the nosings are now glued with the adhesive and it is drying. Again, make sure you have some painter's tape on deck to keep everything nice and snug. I mean, not that it's gonna pop up, but it's like pretty much a peace of mind putting the tape on it while drying overnight. And yep, bottom step all the way up. Just some minor touches we got to do, like some painting, touch-up paint, a little bit of caulking. But yeah, the hard part is over. Vinyl plank stairs. Vinyl plank stairs. My first time doing it. It wasn't an easy task, but I enjoyed it. It definitely was challenging, but it worked out and looks great. Just trying to get some different angles so you guys can see that you can use vinyl plank flooring for stairs and transition it from bedrooms. Like this is the vinyl floor that I have. I have the oak brown, and then it transitions into the gray, which I also have in my bathroom. Then I transitioned down the steps with the gray, and I have ceramic tile, gray ceramic tile at the bottom that goes around to my kitchen and hallway. But it looks good. Came out great.